your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain. Now, baby, only you I see. Feels like I'm going insane, and only you can save me. Feels like I'm drowning in ocean's blue. Baby, come on, baby.
Oh, excuse me. Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with Cookie Pirates. Today we're flying the Cirrus SR22 going from Daytona Beach, Florida over to Cedar Key. It's not going to be 58 minutes. It'll be a little less. And I also don't know what altitude I'm going at right now because we're going to take a look at the weather. But anyway, Daytona Beach to Cedar Key. Climb aboard and let's go flying. Oh, it's probably a view from the clouds. Yeah, so the weather's not great here. Oh, I know these places. So, thing about Daytona Beach Airport is I've been here in the real world, and it's an airport I'm quite familiar with. So, I've actually kind of been wanting to do a flight out of here, and it looks like that's a good chance. May have some rough weather, which would make things a little interesting. Let's go ahead and run through the checklists here. Let's do battery 2 master on. .8 volts. It's good. Flap light is off. Battery 1 master on. Fuel quantity, that checks out. Set to left tank, we're good. Flaps 100%. See the light come on. Yeah, and I made sure to bring the plane with the flower design. I don't know, I just like it. The custom one that I have, for whatever reason, isn't working right now. So flaps are 100%. Oil annunciator is showing red. So, good there. Still 25.8. Slight drain on the battery. You can turn master switches off. Static source. Alternate air is off. So we're good there. Fire extinguisher is here. Caps pin and egress hammer not simulated. Ops time on the aircraft, we are at 16.4. Looks good. Fuel and oil are good. We'll go ahead and turn the master switches back on, battery 1 and 2. Verify the flaps come up. Good. Strobe lights on. Mixture rich. Oh, excuse me. Power forward 8. Primes. Boost on. Pull forward. It's warm, so we can bump it just a tiny bit. Clear prop area. Let's go ignition to start. Layer. Idle on the power. Oil pressure is up into the green, temperature is rising. You can turn alternators on. Flaps are up. Avionics on. Now we're just flying the GPS. I don't know what altitude we're gonna go at. So let's just grab the weather real quick. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of rain around. 070 at 10, gusting to 16, so we'll either take 7 left. Well, probably will take 7 left. Scattered clouds 2100, broken at 28, broken at 45. Good bit of rain. There's probably some towering clouds. Let's see if we can get weather at Cedar Key. No. I'll try to grab it from somewhere. CDI needs to go to GPS. Autopilot will set, I imagine, probably for 105 miles. So we'll probably, let's go 16,000. FLC will set to 110. They'll have us fly a 030 if we take runway 7 left. So we'll go that way, then we'll kind of head back and intercept the track. Altimeter's 29.89, that checks out. Airport elevation is 34 feet. That looks good. Let's go ahead and just do a run-up right here. We don't normally do that, but I'd rather just get that done first. Trim is set to take off, so we're good there. Check the flight controls, rudder, elevator, ailerons, all good. Look at that, you can kind of see the rain, little break in the sky there. You can see the rain all around us, but it isn't raining right here at the airport at the moment. Almost looks like what is called Virgo, which is where the rain starts falling, but it evaporates before it hits the ground. And there's a little just gap in the rain showers right over the airport, and then you look, you see a lot of, actually some heavier rain out that way. Alright, flight controls are good. Let's set the flaps to 50% and check. Good. Power 2000. We don't have to cycle the prop because this is it's built in automatically. We don't have constant speed power lever. Prop control. Let's go down to 1700 on the RPM. A little lower. It's good there. All lights, pitot heat. Amperage and voltage are good. Let's leave the nav lights on, and now we do a mag check. It's good. Just that. That's good. Okay, power down to 1000. Let's go transponder to altitude. We'll enter a code. That's good. Alright, we're ready to taxi. Let's go ahead, release the parking brake, and let's get rolling. I know my way around this airport like the back of my hand. So we're gonna turn here, wave to the guy. And we are going to taxi out here. Slow down. That thing just wanted to rev up like nothing. Typical summer though. Thunderstorm. Hello. Then we're going to turn here on. This should be Taxiway November. A lot of airports in this area. Right down here we have New Smyrna Beach, Massey Ranch, DeLand, Ormond Beach, Flagler Beach, Spruce Creek. They're all over the place. And we don't need to go full length down the runway. We find like a November 5. There's the airport terminal. This right here is Daytona International Speedway, the racetrack. They have the famous Daytona 500, a couple other races, the Rolex 24. These taxiway identifications are not correct. I want to go to the next one. It's getting a little bumpy. Bump up right here. Alright, couple final items real quick. Let's just set the parking brake. Nav lights, strobe lights, landing lights on. Pitot heat not needed. Boost pump is on, mixture fall rich, flaps are half. Altitude set, FLC on. Heading select is on, so we're going to engage the autopilot. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn left onto the runway. We're going to take off, rotate as 77 knots, we'll lift off in the low 80s, we'll climb pitch for 103, and then we'll engage the autopilot at 800 feet, and we will cycle back around and intercept the ground track, climbing up to 16,000 feet. Clear left, clear right, release the parking brake. Alright, we are lined up. There's a lot of wind, so that's why we're getting a... Well, let's go ahead, full power. Engine instruments are looking good. Airspeed is alive. There's 77. We can actually rotate. Come on. Alright. It's looking good. Positive rate of climb. Let's bring the flaps up. We'll climb right out at 103. catch up a little. Looking for 800 feet, engage the autopilot. And yeah, so there's a college right there, then there's a high school, then there's a hospital. We can already almost see the ocean. There's 800 autopilot. And yeah, you can kind of see the ocean, but yeah, getting right into the thick of the rain. We're gonna do swing the heading back around this way. Continue the left turn. And we can kind of hear the rain right now. Let's continue this turn around. I'll actually turn back right over the airport. In the real world, we would not do that, but for right now, yeah, it's fine. And we'll intercept this track shortly. Alright, couple things, climb checklist here, full power is set. We can turn the boost pump off. Flaps are confirmed up. Lights are good. We'll turn the landing light off here momentarily. About a 9 knot headwind right now. And we're going to fly through some heavy rain if we don't climb above it here momentarily. You can actually see the starting to lift a little bit. You can hear the rain a little bit too. Wind is actually pushing us away. So we need to turn a little steeper to try to intercept this course. Yeah, there's the rain. And we're just about on top. Swing it 10 more degrees to the left. Try to get this course a little better. What we'll do, we'll turn the nav on. Just a moment here. Let's go ahead and turn that on and engage and intercept the course. Still not out of the clouds. We did have a little bit of a break of it. But we're actually going to be getting into some heavier stuff here in a moment. It's very easy to get disoriented when you're flying in these clouds, so you really have to rely on your instruments, and having an autopilot makes it even easier. I think we're getting pretty close to, yeah. I was about to say, I think we're close to getting on top as it kind of brightened up. That was pretty neat breaking out. And now we're on top of the clouds here. You can kind of see the ocean that way. And down to the south, you can kind of see the clouds. getting more lift and kind of building up. I was thinking we might be going through some thunderstorms today. This thing about 47 minutes. It's not going to be that long. Once we level off, we'll pick up a lot of speed. We do have about a 10 knot headwind, just slowing us down a little bit. We'll get that. We'll get through that pretty fast. It's a it's 105 miles. We have 97 to go. So once we level off, we'll start picking speed up pretty fast. Once we level off, we'll have a little bit of a better idea of the weather we're going to be dealing with up ahead. Pitot heat required. Okay. It's only 3 Celsius up here. Alright, 1,000 feet to go in the climb. We'll level off for our cruise. We're at 0 Celsius right here at 15,000 and change. And now we have about a 15 knot headwind, which is not ideal. Alright, there's 16,000. Let's go ahead and pull the power back. We're looking for 30.5 manifold pressure. Yeah, that's good enough. And now we're picking speed up. As our speed goes up, it's probably going to be about 28 minutes. 206, 196 on the ground. -1 Celsius here at cruise. Cruise checklist, let's go ahead. We didn't turn the landing lights off yet. We can do that now. Pitot heat stays on. No icing required. And yeah, so we kind of just get to hang out here. Okay, so looking at the weather, we see some clouds. A little bit of clearing up ahead. There's a forest up here, some lakes. We'll fly right over Ocala Airport. And that's a little more than halfway on our way to Cedar Key. We don't have weather at Cedar Key. In fact, the closest place with weather, there's Cross City and Crystal River, and those are all more than 20 miles away. Even more than that, probably. We're gonna really have to watch. Cedar Key, the thing about it, the runway is only 2,300 feet long, and it ends right on the water. It's a neat little airport. So yeah, Ocala is about little more than halfway. Look at all these little pinpoints. So right here is Lake George. Pearson is just before the lake, somewhere around here. I've actually flown in the real world. I've flown gliders at Pearson. Fun little place. Now we're entering this restricted airspace. Of course, we're in the simulator. That it doesn't matter. In fact, what we do in the real world, we would check to see if it's active. If it was, we'd go around it, we'd get clearance, or possibly go above it. If it's not active, then you can go straight through it, no questions asked. .12 knot, 13 knot, like direct headwind, which is a little bit of a bummer, but just down this way is going to be Orlando Airport. There's always a lot going on there. Outside, that's kind of pretty. Oh! I'm not sure if that was like a sun effect or if that was lightning that I just saw from these clouds. Yeah, there's Pearson. Pointed out right there. It's kind of in the clouds. But yeah, no, there's the runway. So that's where I flew gliders out of. Lake George. Pretty good sized lake. A couple others they have. Lake Monroe, Lake Jessup, Lake Apopka. And a few further south. One thing, too, that I noticed that the game gets wrong with the Cirrus is where the letters are. They're supposed to be much further down, so the location is wrong. Woods and Lakes Airport. And when I check the route, that is just under halfway, so this is actually turning into a pretty quick flight. It's clear up that way. A little bit of a break there. And a bit of weather over the coast. Town of Umatilla. There are a lot of lakes in Florida. I mean, being a low-lying state, of course, that'd be expected. But there are some really good freshwater lakes, and there are some brackish water lakes. And then, of course, you have the ocean on both sides. There's some really ugly weather down in southeast Florida. Southwest is not looking too bad. Central's kind of hit and miss. Out where we're going, it looks pretty promising. But we'll just see, because pop-up thunderstorms happen all over the place in the summer down here. Fuel imbalance. Yeah, we gotta switch tanks. I always forget that in this plane. It's a lot easier to remember to do that in the Diamond. For whatever reason, I just always forget in the Cirrus. And I think part of that is probably because it just burns fuel much faster. So you have a lot more time that can pass by before you check and realize you need to switch in the Diamond. With this plane, it comes up on you faster. So drop this and see. Oh yeah, that does actually help kind of brighten up the screens a little bit. "17 minutes en route. 16,000 feet to descend, so we'll plan on descending once we get over the... Yeah, over or maybe just a little after we get past the Ocala airport. Looking at Cedar Key, they do not have any instrument approaches. Let's check some weather around here. 04010 gusting 14, Inverness 0905, 1008. So I have a feeling over the Gulf there's not going to be a sea breeze. So that means we will probably have to fly past the airport and loop around. So it's runway 523. If there isn't too strong of a wind, we can try runway 23, but the problem is the runway's short and we don't know the wind. So we're going to have to get down to traffic pattern altitude, which is going to be, for airport elevation, 11 feet, so 1,000 feet above the ground, basically. I would call this right here about the halfway mark. Down around here, there are places called the villages. It's probably a little further. This is going to be the city of Ocala, right here. There's the Ocala airport. And look, actually looks, yeah, there's some clouds and then it looks to clear up a little bit over the Gulf. So this is the Gulf of Mexico, and I don't think we can see the Atlantic, probably because of all the weather. I know if you get high enough up and the skies are clear, you can see across both sides of the state. Both shores, I should say. Took about 14 minutes en route. 15,000 feet to go down. We can go down at 1,500 feet per minute. So what we'll go ahead and do is start a descent in about 3 minutes or so. Actually, they don't have an instrument approach, but we can always set up to do the visual approach. See, I can check the weather at Cedar Key. Even though we don't have airport reporting weather, we can check. And it's actually kind of in the north right now. No, wind west at 9 miles an hour. That's perfect. That's actually perfect. We'll take 2-3. Don't need minimums. We can load. Coming up through a little more rain on the descent, probably. What I can do is look at the chart and see kind of how it programs us out. So this is where the airport is, right out on this water out here. We can set a direct route out here, final, which would probably be a couple miles away. We can take a vector out here to get set up further. And tell you what we'll do, just to give us some time to set up. This will add a minute or two on our plan. We'll probably be on top of descent, actually, now that I think about it. Although maybe not. Follow that path down, actually. What we'll do is go ahead and pull the power. We'll descend just down to 1,000 feet. FLC. Descend at 155. We'll take the power out for about a 1,500 foot per second. Actually, 12 to 13 is fine. Because we have more room to get on final approach, which will need to be at 836. Alright, let's do descent checklist items here. Altimeter, let's get... Saying 87 degrees on the ground, so plus 31. $29.88. One notch lower.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out.
Continue on the right tank. Is the fullest. Mixture's full. Rich. Seat belts. We'll do boost pump. We'll turn the lights on when we get a little closer into the runway. But we're good for right now. Now when we get to this fix, we need to be at 836 feet. So we need to steepen our descent rate. In fact, this little arrow thing is telling us what our descent rate needs to be. So we'll just target for that. We'll probably start passing down in through some of this weather. But look at that out here. That's pretty. And it looks like our descent rate is on target. We'll just continue adjusting as needed on our way down.
We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know I'm not always strong, and I've been counting days to get away, to see you again. Been finding ways to get away.
Ow. Plan on doing a fair bit of flying today. I'll probably do another after this. I'll take a short break and then we'll do another one. Like to try to get in the longitude today. But I'm actually, lately I've been really enjoying the Cirrus. Just the last few days that I've been flying it. Yeah, we're about to start descending into the clouds here. They're a little more spotty over here. Just a bunch of forest over here. So on that. Yeah, we're getting ready to go into the clouds. Go ahead and close that there. Of course, we got the sun, but we're... Whoa! Kind of popped out of that there. I thought we were going further into the clouds. I guess not. We're gonna be just following the coastline, then we'll come up on this turn. And if for any reason we feel like we need more time to set up, let's put this back down, in fact. There we go. If we feel like we need any more time to set up and get stable on the approach, we can just set the GPS to direct straight. Because what we actually need to do is descend and reduce our speed. So what we're going to do is pull the power completely back. This is not ideal for carrying passengers. But number one, since it's just a simulator, and number two, since it's just me and the plane, I don't mind having a little fun. So we're going to get the plane slowed down. What we can do is reduce the rate by lowering our airspeed until we're on the target descent path. Help us get slowed down. Yeah, ideally we want to be leveled off. But we can go fall flaps at 110 and I think 140 for half flaps. It says it right here. 150. 150 for half flaps and 100 or 110 for full flaps. Okay. I thought that was different. So we can actually go half flaps here in just a moment, but our descent rate is looking good. There's the airport right there. This is a fun one. Continue our descent like that is actually pretty good. Alright, let's do a couple things. We can turn the pitot heat off. It's warm. It's 21 degrees. Landing light on. Boost. We'll go half flaps in just a moment here. Let's go half flaps. Kind of level up a little bit there. And the wind is not showing what I expected it to, although we're also still at altitude, so it could shift when we get closer to the ground. We're going to need every bit of runway to get stopped on time, though. So if for any reason it is not looking good, then we'll just go around, and then we'll circle out over the water and come back and try to land the other way. Alright, couple final items. We're down to 100, which is fine. Once we get set up to turn final, we want to be down at 90, which we're at 97 right now. Alright, we can add a bit of power and try to maintain about 90. And we'll disengage the autopilot once we get onto our final approach course, which should be coming up just a second here. I can't see the airport at the moment. It's like back here. Let's come back on the power just a little bit here. Waiting for the GPS to turn it, and it should just be about a minute and a half. Maybe 2 minutes once we turn to when we land. It's pretty short. There's the bridge that actually goes to the key. Just now passing 1,000 feet. Let's get slowed down here. Let's go ahead full flaps. Add some power. And disengage. Full power. And just descend. I fly a nice steady 80 knots actually. We're doing fine. And no, we do have a tailwind. Right here at least. I don't know why the wind was telling us out of the west. It's out of the east. We can put that up. And we are gonna have to be hot on the brakes. We got a touchdown right at the right spot. Let's add a little power in. 500. Good speed. Bump the power up just a little bit. Don't want to accelerate. Bump the power back a tad. Let's keep our descent right on target. Following this, oh, we're off course a little bit. Should be okay right here. Tiny bit high. Power out so we don't gain speed. We're looking for 77 knots on the approach. We're at 79. This isn't bad. Alright, 200 feet to go. Take the power out. Easy. Easy. Come on, get down. Alright, little hard, not terrible. On the brakes heavy, flaps up. Alright, we're rolling. And here's where we go. Right to the very end of the runway. Look at that, right out over the water. That's pretty. Gentle turn here. Why are they still motioning for me to come forward? Well, we're gonna shut down right here. Brakes are set. Pitot heat was off. Power is low. Takeoff is good. We can go ahead and turn the boost pump off. Landing lights off. Avionics off. go ahead and turn idle cutoff. 39 minutes, 17 seconds flight time. Engine is stopped. That's good there. Go ahead and turn the alternators off, lights off, and ignition switch. Whoops, we want to turn that off so the engine doesn't accidentally fire. Avionics and battery master switches are off. And there we go, safely on the ground. Cedar Key Airport. There's a restaurant out here that sits right out on the water and overlooks it. You get the harbor, you get the town, and then right out that way is you just get that beautiful view. Alright folks, well that's it for Cedar Key. Thanks for flying with me as always. Hope to have you aboard on the next one. And until then, which should be pretty shortly, so stay tuned. Take care and stay safe. We'll see ya.